Welcome to Steve. I'm Steve. Today on Steve's Studio Tour Editions, we're gonna go check out my buddy Max's place. He's an amazing keyboard wizard. He plays with MOONCHILD. I'm glad you all are here for the journey. So let's go check it out. Let's go!
Welcome.
So this is your creation space, kind of where all the musical magic happens?
This is the studio / guest room. My wife referred to it as the man cave where our mothers sleep, because this is where they stay. This is where we make music.
You wake up at 2 a.m. and you just hear some amazing beats being made. It's like, there goes Grandma again.
There's Grandma.
Yeah, it's kind of everything that you would need. Why don't you take us through this this keyboard wall that you got going on here?
Keyboard stack. Rhodes Mark II. I put in the Retro Flyer preamp, which is sick, to get some stereo trem.
Can you tell a difference of the preamp tone itself, or it's more just for adding?
It does change the tone a little bit, yeah, and gives it a little more juice, because Rhodes can be kind of quiet. It also has like a mid-range control. That's really nice.
And is the tremolo more like jun jun jun, or it has more of a kind of?
Yeah, let's hear it. Yeah. There's off. So there's something about the tremolo in an original Rhodes that's like not totally even. It's like a little bit loosey-goosey, and so this has that same effect. You know, it's not totally even.
How'd you find this Rhodes?
This is actually the oldest instrument in the studio right now, or that I've had the longest, I mean. Got it on Craigslist in like 2015, I think. I don't actually know the year. The serial number was scratched off, but I really like the action on it. I like to think it's an early Mark II, but I don't know.
You can probably tell by the way it feels and plays.
Maybe you would know.
I have a 1980 Mark II.
Oh, you do?
And the action's really light and it's a lot smoother sounding. Whereas my buddy Jake Sherman, he has like an earlier 70s Rhodes, and that has more of that bite and attack kind of growl to it. But they're all a little different. But if it's got more of that, then maybe it's an earlier Mark II. So do you take this on tour, or this stays? Okay.
No,
was there a point where you were gigging with it?
No. It's too heavy.
Yeah.
Too many stairs in this house for that, but would love to.
Do you ever play gigs where they backline a Rhodes?
I've thought about it. I haven't made that step yet, but maybe this tour. We'll see.
What's your signal chain for the Rhodes? Just direct out?
Yep. I'm running all the keyboards into this Radial DI key Largo. It's like a mixer basically, but I have it running through some effects, so all the keyboards can go through the pedals.
Oh, so it hits that Radial first, and then sums it down to mono or stereo to go to the pedals.
Yep.
Okay, so what's on top of the Rhodes?
Kronos. This is like main keyboard, I would say. Main workstation synth. This is what I play live. Got all my MOONCHILD patches loaded up here. All kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, let's hear some patches. I love chromatic glissando.
Yeah.
Because most keyboards don't usually have it.
Lots of like tape delay stuff I use all the time.
Oh, that's cool. So it has the effects built into the patch.
Yeah. We've been messing around with like guitar patches. Stuff like that. It has really great synth patches too. Pads, like funky stuff. I like the Poly 6 engine on the Kronos. The Kronos has like a bunch of different Korg engines from the past that they've ported over. But this synth, I really like the Poly 6. The Kronos is all about menu diving. It's kind of a nightmare, but the sounds are great. It's basically just like what a Poly 6 would be. You've got all the knobs.
I want to take a quick second to welcome you to the channel. My name's Steve, welcome to Steve, and I'm excited you're on this journey together. If you want to see more, it's amazing if you hit subscribe, you know, become part of the journey, because I want to hear what you have to say, and we can go on this journey together from the ground up. So thanks for tuning in, and let's get back to it. Let's go.
And when you're playing live in your set, do you have all the different patches kind of in the set list that you would?
Exactly, right here.
Okay. And you just click on it and it goes to it?
Yep. And the cool thing about the Kronos is that they hang over. So you can hold out a chord and change patches. Oh, cool. And it holds it out, which is incredible. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just being able to color code everything, all the effects are built in. For live, the Kronos is a beast, yeah.
And then when you're in the studio cooking, you're using the Kronos as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A ton of it, yeah. Just like pulling up random presets and you know, messing with them is so fun. It's just a workstation, you know. Whatever you want, you can pull up.
And was there a different keyboard that you were using for multi-keyboard sounds before this, or this was kind of the first?
Yeah, I've had this for probably 8 years, so this has kind of been the main thing for a long time. Mm-hmm. This is my newest one.
Yeah, what's going, the Delta?
DELIA.
The DELIA, okay.
Yeah, I just got this like a few months ago. It's really cool. So the cool thing about it, I guess, to me, is that if you change patches, the knobs change.
Oh.
Yeah, so, you know, if you're like pulling up a preset and you want to tweak it on a normal synth like a Moog or something, you change the presets, but the knobs are wherever they were, you know? So being able to pull up presets and just like know where everything is.
Okay, I gotta get close up.
There we go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, and change a preset again? This is so cool.
Totally. Yeah.
Wow.
You can morph between things. And the knobs will change.
Too many other synths, so it probably had to be substantial to make it into the cut.
Yeah, I wanted a polysynth. I'm really happy with my mono synth here, and
tried and true. Can't go wrong.
Tried and true. I love the sounds on the Kronos, but in terms of sound design, it's like just better to have. It's more fun to get your hands on the knobs, you know. So I was looking for a polysynth, and yeah, I was just doing a ton of research, like watching YouTube videos basically. But when I saw that this one had like the knobs that move and sounded really good, yeah, very hesitant to bring things on tour because I want to just make everything as easy as possible. You know, I play multiple instruments just like you. So I've got like my horns and Kronos has got to be there. So I'm like hesitant to add a bunch of stuff, but yeah, potentially.
Cool. Okay, and you got some of your favorite books up here. I see some Harry Potter happening up there.
Huge Harry Potter fan.
Yes. What are some of your favorite books you got up here?
Highly recommend this. If anybody likes DELIA.
Oh, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you checked this out? Really cool. I was doing some stuff from The Artist's Way.
Do you find that was helpful for your routine?
Yeah, it was a good reset when we sort of started making our last album. Another biography, Lush Life, Billy Strayhorn biography, is really good. And also kind of sad, just like the DELIA one. What else? We got Game of Thrones back there. Gödel, Escher, Bach. You know that book?
No, what's that?
It's about self-repeating loops, and it compares a mathematician and an artist, Escher and Bach. They all use self-repeating loops.
So what does that mean, a self-repeating?
Like self-referential. You know how like Escher paintings like fold in on themselves over and over again? Mm-hmm. So Bach uses those same sort of ideas.
Have you tried to incorporate that into any of your music?
I do use a lot of loops, so maybe. But no, not really. It's just interesting. These are from My grandmother, she was just like an art collector. She knew I was into music, and so she just bought these for herself, but like with the idea that when she passed, I would inherit them.
Okay, so everything's running off the laptop or the iPad?
The laptop, yeah. I just have it screen. These are all the same screen right now.
And do you usually have the laptop set up here next to the keyboard station?
That's how I've been doing it, yeah.
Yeah, because usually I feel like in studios, the laptop setup is here with the speakers, and there's like, you know, if a keyboard station, it's off the side.
I got tired of running back and forth, yeah. I can work here with the computer or work here with the computer. It's great. Let's get into it, okay. So
H9 and H90?
Yeah, so these are some, well, the H90 is new. I want to bring these both on tour. I like the idea of just having an app where, similar to the Kronos set list, where you can just like punch in sounds, you can do that with these pedals, which is great workflow on tour for me, as opposed to like maybe the Chroma console where it's more about like tweaking on the spot. Like I just want to be able to like click a sound and click my next sound, you know?
Especially because you're doing so many different...
Doing so many things.
Yeah, just simplifying it.
Simplifying. So that's the idea behind the Eventide. But yeah, right now how I've got it set up, the key Largo has an effects loop right here. So these two pedals are sort of my keyboard pedals that are just running on this effects loop before they even hit the interface.
So here, why don't you play some Rhodes with show some different patches that you've come across on the H9, the H's.
Yeah, it has this like crazy crystallizer we use a lot. And then, yeah. Let's see. Are you up to the Chroma console? I really like it on synths and stuff. Some weird glitchy sounds. It's just a multi-effects, so you can do, you know, delays, all kinds of cool stuff. A really neat thing when you're like preset searching on the Kronos, which is a really fun way to produce, having this swell function on the Chroma console is really cool.
What does the swell do?
It just changes the attack of anything you're putting through it. So that was really fun. That's the basic setup. And then this is going to be more for like horn stuff.
Okay, so you'd have the H9 for keyboard world and the H90 for your horns.
Set up in a loop through the UA console right now. Yeah.
So you had this one first, and then...
Yeah, exactly.
What are these pedals?
Some reverse delay pedals. They're not plugged in right now, but...
I know this. I've heard that before. Sounds cool. And with your pedals, are you usually running them mono or stereo?
Stereo, yeah. Okay. These ones especially sound cool in stereo. I'll run that in mono for the horns.
But keys is always stereo. Okay, so I want to investigate this Moog because I know you play a lot of synth bass, left-hand bass in MOONCHILD and other projects. Is this what you're using for that?
Yeah, sometimes.
And have you tried other stuff or like?
I actually like the sound of Rhodes bass a lot. I use that a ton.
Okay.
Just turn off the trem and, you know.
And then do you double it with another to get the low end, or just...
No, I'll just like kind of low pass it and yeah, EQ the bass up.
Do you ever throw an octave down pedal?
Yeah, I've tried that. That's fun. I like to be careful with octaves on bass though. I feel like it can get muddy so quick. Yeah, tons of Rhodes bass. Also, I'll use like Keyscape Rhodes bass a lot. Or Trillion patches, you know. But yeah, sometimes I want the synth, so I'll pull up the Moog.
Have you ever tried synth bass through a bass amp live?
We used to do that, yeah. That's another cool feature from the Kronos. We can run the synth bass on a separate output. So you can send like stereo keys, front of house, and mono synth bass to like a bass amp if you want. We kind of went away from that as we started playing bigger rooms. The bass amp just didn't seem as useful, but...
Or you'll be doing in-ears so you can kind of get your mix dialed in. That makes sense. Have you had other mono synths before this one, or this is kind of...
I have, yeah. My first mono synth is in the garage right now, but it was the Yamaha CS10. Really cool little keyboard, mono synth, and it didn't have any presets, which was actually sick for my first synth.
Yeah.
Because you have to just learn how to make a patch. If you want to make it again, you have to like make it again. I would recommend a synth without presets for someone's first synth, honestly. It's a great way to learn. But yeah, after that I upgraded to this, so.
Which has presets.
Has presets.
But you could also put it on live mode and just...
Yeah, you can also just have fun.
What's the sound difference of this versus the Yamaha?
It's just way thicker and fatter. This has like a sub oscillator. I think the Yamaha only has one oscillator too, and this has two. So yeah, it just sounds bigger. And it sounds, specifically for bass patches, it's better.
Do you want to show us a couple bass patches on here?
I mean, yeah. I don't even know if this is pulled up, but.
So you got a little portamento on there too? Do you do any leads on this guy too, or mostly kind of?
Yeah, I like to just take my bass patches and pitch like. Mostly I use this for bass, so.
I mean, KRK Rokits, these are tried and true. You've been using these for a while?
Man, yeah, my friend gave these to me when he moved to New York, like, 15 years ago. I just never upgraded. I'm used to them, so I don't want to change.
No, they're good. I feel like if you can get things sounding good on here and you know what other music sounds like, it'll translate.
Exactly, yeah. And it's a small room, so I don't really need anything bigger.
Yeah. Is this what you're miking your sax with over here?
Yes. Yeah, I'm still, to be honest, searching for a sax mic that I like better. But this I really like on my clarinet, which is what I use clarinet to record more than saxophone by far.
What kind of mic is this?
This is an AKG 214.
Okay. Similar to the 414, but little brother.
Exactly. Just doesn't have the different Polaroid patterns, I think, is the main difference. AKG sent us these mics to Amber to record vocals. She really liked this one. They sent first, and then they were like, all right, cool. And they sent her a 414, so she gave me this. It sounds awesome on clarinet. I love it. I want to get like a ribbon or something for my sax. I feel like
They do sound good.
That's the move.
Yeah.
I've been talking to that company, Oma Mics.
Oh yeah.
They might send me something.
Nice.
But yeah, I feel like a ribbon would be the move for a sax.
Ribbons sound amazing on horns for sure. And clarinet too.
I mean, yeah, clarinet too, yeah. I just got a wireless sax mic that I'm gonna try out on tour.
Ooh. All right, so let's transition to the sax. So I know all about this saxophone and keyboard doubler wizardry. You don't see it very often that, usually one person's a sax player that like plays keys, or they're a keys player that doesn't play saxophone. But then sometimes you meet someone like you or me who is kind of 50-50 on the two.
Yeah.
So did you start playing on piano first, or like the saxophone, or they kind of started around the similar?
I played a little piano as a kid, but really I was a horn player, started on clarinet, and then saxophone was my main thing from like high school and college. That's like how I got a scholarship to USC, was playing jazz sax. At school is kind of when I started to write songs on piano and got more into like R&B, learning Stevie Wonder songs and stuff like that. So after college, I started trying to get like keyboard gigs. And at first I felt a little uncomfortable, and you just do it more and more in reps. And now it's like you said, I feel 50-50, like equal on both. Depending on the genre, I might feel more comfortable on keys, Yeah,
so why don't we bust out the sax?
Bust out the sax. I got a new horn a few years back. SBA. Okay. Alto. I don't play tenor. I'm an alto guy.
Okay.
Been messing around with new gear. I got a Sios mouthpiece.
Oh, nice. I play Sios too. They're great.
the Godwin Louis model.
What was the transition like for you to, because it's different. It's a 3D printed.
It's
plastic,
different, yeah.
3D printed mouthpiece, different than a hard rubber or metal mouthpiece. Was it a tough transition for you?
Yeah, I kind of went through a whole transition with it because Sios has a sick return policy. So, you know, I love Godwin's sound, so I was like, I want to try this mouthpiece, but I wasn't sure what tip opening to get. So I ordered literally every one.
Oh, wow.
And tried them all. And every day I would try a new one and I would go up higher and be like, I like this, until I got to the highest tip opening, which is what he plays, an 8-star. Now I can't go back to like a smaller tip opening. It wasn't just that I was switching away from hard rubber to plastic, it was that I was like changing the tip opening drastically, going from like a 5 to an 8, 8.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to compare. Having a bigger tip opening like really changed my playing, I feel like. Maybe it's just like, you know, my physical body, it just makes more sense to be able to push more air through the horn with a bigger tip opening.
What kind of effects do you find work well on the saxophone?
Last tour I didn't have any pedals, but I would have our sound guy like run some crazy Waves plugins from his board. And we had some really cool success with like formant shifters on a harmonizer. It's like a fourth up and a fourth down, but then he would be like messing with the formant of it. Formants are like a vocal thing, right? Like you can sing the same note but make it sound bright or dark, like male or female almost. So using the formant shifter on a saxophone solo where I'm using overtones and stuff like that was a really cool effect. So I think there's a similar thing on this pedal. Once I get into it, I literally don't have any presets saved on this yet, so it's a very new
Not yet. By the time this video comes out, there's going to be like 200 presets. Keyboard tray, which is impossible to find a desk that has a viable keyboard solution. I always find, because
Really?
distance from here to here is never tall enough. So like if you try and pull out the drawer that's there or build a drawer, it doesn't work. You have to put a piece of wood so it falls down lower.
This one's adjustable, yeah. Okay. So I actually could bring it back up for this. Just my MIDI controller, yeah.
Nice. These are cool. I like the joystick. Yes.
That's what I was about to say.
This where it goes down, up, and left and right. That's cool.
I use the left and right a ton. Like that's just a signature thing for me, so I have to have a joystick. This desk is cool. I think it's like a basil is what it's called.
And then this little toy piano situation.
This is just for my daughter. She loves to come sit by the window, and she mainly sits on that as a bench.
Okay. Does it work?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's the opening song?
Yeah.
It's pretty hip.
I know. Saxophone sound.
Okay, nice.
You know you're a musician when all the presets are good. You have to like try a couple of toy pianos, be like, no, that one's not cutting it. You know, oh, this one? Okay.
Sick.
And then what kind of, I love that. What kind of reeds have you been using, or you changing it up?
I'm using on saxophone V16s 2.5. Sort of unusual to use such a soft reed with such a wide tip opening, but that's what's working for me. I like to not have too hard of a reed right now. What else? You want clarinet?
Sure,
Where's my
yeah.
clarinet. That's the last instrument. I haven't been playing much flute.
It's always tough to keep them all up.
I know. Clarinet. Also a vintage Selmer. This is a Selmer centered tone. Playing a Van Doren M13 lyre mouthpiece and just blue box 3s right now. Again, not too hard of a reed. I have a buffet, but for some reason I like the Selmer CT better. It just, I don't know, I like the way it plays. I think Lester Young used to play them, so.
And you've tried a bunch of clarinets, and this is kind of the one that feels the most comfortable.
I've really only played buffet and student models, and then I got this vintage Selmer. I don't know, it just sort of stuck.
Well, man, thank you for letting us check out the space. This is so cool. letting us into your little slice of keyboard, saxophone, clarinet heaven.
Yeah, right up your alley.
Yeah, totally. Do you have any advice for people who like, you know, they're just starting a home studio setup, whether they're players or, you know, because you have like select choice of gear and you've kind of acquired it over time. What advice would you have for people that are just starting out or beginning their music journey of instruments or recording equipment?
Absolutely, yeah.
Or musical journey?
It is a select, but this feels like a lot to me. And honestly, you don't need any of this. Like, there's parts of the record where, like, you know, if the grandmas are staying here, I'll just take like a MIDI controller and my laptop downstairs, and that's enough, you know? There's so much in the box you can do that you don't need to like go crazy on gear. But was that the kind of advice you're looking for? I don't know.
Cool. Well, thanks for letting us crash your spot.
Anytime.
I love his studio. It's so cool. It's got just the right amount of pieces of gear that you would want in there, but everything is super dialed in. And it's cool that his live setup for Moonchild is the same setup he has at home, so he can kind of dial it in the studio, record there, and then bring those same sounds on the road. It was definitely inspiring for me. Hopefully it was for you. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you on the next one. We'll see you real soon.